Hi, my name is Sophia, and I was just wondering, as far as the price range for the solar panels go, because we are entering the challenge, and we would be on a budget, especially because we have to purchase so many materials to build this actual classrooms and buy the computers and such, and so it would be ideal if we had the solar panels simply because they're so close to the equator and they get so much sun there and it's really effective, or the solitudes, or whatever they're called. So it would be that would be really great if we had those, and they would be really excellent also if we could take whatever power that was not used by the computers and send it to the other homes and the other classrooms and such. So as far as cost goes, how does that go?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because typically solar panels are the thing that are more expensive up front. But I have two I think, key aspects with this. The first one is there are becoming more and more programs that are leasing solar, and they will lease the solar, so that way the bill per month for the lease will not exceed what the electric bill would be if you didn't have the solar panels. So that way you can have the solar at basically no more cost than not having them. But secondly, and I think almost more importantly, is we have to rethink how we talk about costs, because for most people who do talk about cost, it's about the upfront cost and not about, at least when it comes to homes. For homes, unless people are paying cash upfront for their house, it is about the monthly bill. It's a monthly mortgage that they have and their monthly electric and water bill. And so once we actually start talking about cost in that very real way, which for most people is on a monthly basis, and for classrooms it will be the same as well, that they will have to be paying a monthly bill for their electric bill. Once we start looking at the cost in that very real way, which we have done with our homes, we find that it costs less overall than it would cost were they not doing.
Hi, Ghana is seated.
Great.
We have a full house now.
Hello, students. Unfortunately, we're at the last leg of our conversation, but we're so glad that you made it today to join us this afternoon in Ghana. Michelle, do you just want to give a really brief one-sentence recap about what you've discussed today, and maybe we can have time to fit in one question from our friends from the Accra Technical Institute.
Okay, great, thank you.
Sure. We've mainly just been talking about how can we capture all that the sun gives us every day when we design buildings. How can we use the sun to light spaces, so that way we don't have to artificially light spaces? How can we use sun to provide heat when we want heat, but not too much heat when we don't want the heat? And how can we use the sun to provide power? What are the best ways of analyzing then how we design for those different aspects, and what's the best way to integrate those different aspects of the sun? Because the goal is hopefully we can use the sun to fully power the home or building or classroom, provide all the natural light for the day, and minimize the amount of heating and cooling required.
Great. Okay, thank you so much, Michelle. So students in Ghana, would you like to quickly introduce yourselves to us? We're actually really short on time here, and we have to wrap up, and I want to make sure Michelle, our wonderful guest speaker, has enough time to close out the conference without getting cut off. So students from the Accra Technical Institute, please give us a quick introduction of who you are and why you're interested in participating in this video conference.
My name is Ako Domite, and I'm in Accra Technical Training Institute, Accra. And these are students from Department of Architecture, and we are interested in this particular video conferencing because the course we study actually dwells much on the sun and how to design to suit the environment.
Fantastic, thank you. So Michelle, would you, okay, so students from Technical Institute, why don't you give Michelle one question, and after that we're really going to have to wrap up the conference. So please feel free to ask her a question.
Grace, the students just came in and they didn't catch a lot of the conversation, so it will take a bit of time for them to settle down before they can organize themselves for a question. If you can give us 5 minutes.
Unfortunately, we do not have 5 minutes. Students from across stay on the line when we hang up, and then I'll go through some additional information together. But Michelle, I know you are extremely busy, and I know the students at Westmount Charter are on a schedule as well. So thank you so much for participating in this conference today. Thank you so much for your patience as we worked out the technical difficulties from the beginning. But Michelle, would you like to give a quick closing statement?
Sure, yeah. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with when you think about not just the sun, but all the other aspects from the different talks that you guys have been participating in. I can't wait to see. I'm going to be on the jury, and I'm excited to see what you all come up with.